Hello các em, hôm nay cô Phương và các em sẽ đi thăm nước Kenya nha. Cái nước này thuộc về ở Phi Châu. Hi, so welcome back. Today we're going to go on an adventure in Kenya, and the story today is called Goofy on Safari. It was another busy day in Nairobi, Kenya's bustling capital city. So many different kinds of people, so many languages to hear, so many things to see and do. Minnie, Clarabelle, and Goofy had come to Africa to go on a wildlife safari. Since they had only one day to spend in Nairobi, they decided to make the most of it. They had already toured the National Museum and visited a local art gallery. Afterwards, they decided to go to an open-air market. While Minnie and Clarabelle were admiring some beautiful handmade baskets, Goofy made friends with a boy named Sakento from the Maasai tribe. Sakento had come to the market to buy a cowbell. This year, I have my own herd to take care of, he told Goofy proudly. One of my calves, Sangori, has been straying from the flock and into the Masai Mara game park. Maybe this bell will help me keep better track of her. We're going to the Masai Mara game park tomorrow to see the animals, said Goofy. Then you must come visit me too, declared Sakento. My home is very near the game park. Sakento wrote down the directions to his village, and Goofy put them in his pocket. Ole sir, said Sakento. That means go in peace. Ole sir, repeat Goofy. See you tomorrow, he added, waving goodbye. Minnie, Clarabelle, and Goofy arrived at the game park just as it was getting dark. They had dinner around the campfire, and then it was time for bed. Goofy was about to doze off when he heard all sorts of strange noises. First, a lion roar, a ferocious warning. Then, when he heard a water buffalo bellow to its mate, Goofy sprang out of his sleeping bag. Those animals sound scary, he cried. Goofy covered his ears to block out the night noises, but it was no use. This safari stuff doesn't seem like so much fun now, he thought. Ha ha ha, laughed a hyena. Be quiet, grumbled Goofy, pulling his pillow over his head. He tossed and turned for the rest of the night, trying to decide whether or not to go on the tour the next day. By morning, he had made up his mind. I'm not going with you, Goofy told Minnie and Clarabelle over breakfast. I didn't get much sleep last night, he yawned. I think I'll just spend the day bird watching. But then you won't get to see all the animals, said Clarabelle. That's why we came to Africa, remember? I heard enough of the animals last night, thought Goofy. I've decided to go bird watching around the campground instead, he said aloud. Just then, a tour guide pulled up in his minivan. Goofy watched as Clarabelle and Minnie climbed aboard. Have a good time, he yelled. The tour guide turned to Goofy. Don't wander too far from camp, he warned. I sure won't, said Goofy. It was a beautiful morning. Wherever Minnie and Clarabelle looked around the countryside, there was something new to see. The tour guide stopped when they came to a large umbrella thorn tree. Underneath it, a family of cheetah cubs playing with each other like a litter of kittens. "Look in the tree," said the guide, pointing. There, balanced on a tree limb, a mother cheetah watched over the babies. A while later, a tiny creature darted in front of them. "Is that a baby deer?" asked Minnie. "No," answered the guide. "It is not a baby at all. It's a full-grown dik-dik, which is the smallest antelope in the world." Meanwhile, Goofy was looking for a nice spot to begin bird watching. He had packed himself a picnic lunch and was about to spread his blanket when a flash of rainbow-colored feathers fluttered past him and landed on a nearby branch. "What luck!" cried Goofy. "That is the most beautiful bird I've ever seen." He quickly leafed through his field guide until he came to the right page. "The superb starling is one of Kenya's most spectacular birds," he read. Goofy was almost ready to take the bird's picture when it flew to another tree. He followed it closely as it flitted from one spot to another until, without knowing it, Goofy wandered right into the game reserve. Goofy found a comfortable spot and sat down on a nice big rock to have his lunch. He was about to bite into his sandwich when another brightly colored bird caught his attention. "I just love bird watching," he said, reaching for his field guide. "That's a golden-back weaver," he read. He picked up his camera, but before he could focus it, the weaver flew away. "Come back," cried Goofy, forgetting all about his lunch. He threw down his sandwich and raced after the tiny bird. "Here, birdie," called Goofy. He chased the little bird from tree to tree, never taking his eyes off it, not even when an elephant sprayed him with a trunk full of water. "Gosh," he cried, "I needed that. Nothing like a little shower to cool a guy off." Goofy followed the weaver through a field of tall grass. "I'm sure glad there aren't any wild animals around here to worry about," he said happily. The weaver finally landed. Goofy inched toward it on tiptoe so as not to disturb it. But when he got closer, he noticed that the bird had perched on the head of a small animal. Goofy moved a little closer. "Well, Albie," he muttered, "it's a baby cow." So we have finished part 1 of our adventure in Kenya, Goofy on Safari. We will continue on next time. Tới đây cô Phương tạm ngưng ở đây phần 1 của câu chuyện Goofy on Safari. Cô Phương sẽ hẹn các em vào kỳ tới nha. Bye!